Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, the Lab Coats on backorder, and it's time for week number 55 of our Pokemon TCG live online matches. We are continuing the theme of checking out the break evolutions from the Steam Siege expansion. There are only 2 left, and we're checking one of them in particular out this week. And we're going to jump into the deck builder right now, but before I do, just a random question for everybody out there. What I usually do is I decide what Pokemon I want to use and build a deck around it, and then show you the idea of the deck I put together. But you don't see the deck building process. Would you like me to sort of mix things up a little bit here and there and do some live deck building? Or should I just go ahead and do what I do? Like, the idea that I have right now, I will assemble a deck, I'll do some testing, tweak it along the way. But would you rather see me do the live deck building and just roll with it and see how well I do? Because generally, I don't do too much tweaking anyway. I generally have a pretty good idea on what I want to have assembled for the deck when I start. So, that being the case, I probably wouldn't have to do too much tweaking. But just let me know what you're thinking. If you want to see like the current format where I just show you the deck, or do you want to see some live deck building? Maybe not every week, but I'll mix it up, maybe switch it back and forth each week and just go with that. Anyway, all that being said, we are taking a look at the deck that is called Kaiser Break, because it is going to focus on the break evolution known as Pyroar BREAK. The attack is Kaiser Tackle. I think I said Kaiser Knuckle last week, and I forget where I heard that from. I think it's from like maybe Mega Man or Punch-Out or something. Anyway, Kaiser Tackle. For 2 fire and a colorless, does a powerful 180 damage, but this Pokemon does 50 damage to itself. Now, in the expanded format, an easy way to deal with that would be the Protection Cube held item, the tool, from the Flash Fire expansion. However, it is not a standard card, and I'm trying to focus on making just standard decks. And you can, of course, update it with expanded cards, but as far as standard goes, you can't protect it with the Protection Cube. You got to think of some other way to deal with the 50 damage you do to yourself, and you'll see I got a couple ideas in mind. But I do have 2 Pyroar BREAK in the deck, 2 of the standard Pyroar. Flame Charge is pretty good. It helps you power up faster and thin your deck out. It does 60 damage, and search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Incinerate's not bad either. 90 damage, and before you do the damage, discard all tools attached to the active Pokemon. If the opponent was to put a Spirit Link onto their Pokemon in the active spot and don't evolve it that turn, you can burn that tool off, then they're going to end their turn trying to Mega Evolve later. So there are 2 Pyroar in the deck and 3 Litleo from Steam Siege. You're not going to see me use Lunge unless I'm really desperate. 30 damage, but flip a coin. If tails, nothing. So we're not going to really focus on using that. Now, as far as ideas for keeping our Pyroar BREAK nice and healed up, I've got 2 different lines of Pokemon. First, let's take a look at the basic Jynx from now. That shows the Furious Fist item, or the symbol there, but this was reprinted in the Generations expansion. And hang on, I don't know if that's going to make this not standard legal, because we have a Generations here. I have 2 Jynx from Generations. Let me just take a quick look and see if I have enough Jynx to work with, if I can put them all from the Generations. I do not. I've only got 2 Jynx. So anyway, we're going to roll with this. If I had to get into an expanded battle, so be it. Anyway, the idea here, the ability Victory Kiss. Once during your turn before the attack, if this Pokemon is on the bench, it may heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon. So I've got 3 Jynx in the deck. With all 3 in play, I can heal 30 damage from the Kaiser Tackling Pyroar BREAK, offsetting the 50 damage by at least a little bit. The idea, though, is I only need 2 in play if I can also get Hypno in play, plus a certain stadium. Hypno's ability, Goodnight Babies, once during your turn before your attack. First of all, that poor Clefairy back there, what's it doing? Anyway, you may leave both active Pokemon asleep. Now, this has come into play in different decks I've done before. I've got 2 Hypno and 3 basic Drowsy. I'll talk about the stadium in a moment, but first, let's just say that's 15 Pokemon for the deck. We're going to scroll down to the energy cards. I've got 10 basic Fire Energy, 3 basic Psychic. You're not going to see me trying to use Hypno or Jynx to attack, but on the off chance that I do need to use them for a hit, I am going to put 3 Psychic Energy in there. Plus, it does provide the colorless energy needed for the Kaiser Tackle, as well as the Incinerate and the Flame Charge for regular Pyroar. Now then, check out the trainer cards. Do I want to make a change? I was thinking of including the Escape Rope, but I'll roll without the Escape Rope for this week. We'll see if we can kind of play things up. Anyway, I've got 2 energy retrievals, bringing back 2 basic energy from your discard pile back into hand. 1 Evo Soda to evolve up one of my Pokemon, because I'm using some evolved Pokemon, as you can see. A Freshwater Set, another way to heal up. We got healing 20 damage from all Pokemon on my side, which could be just what we need to survive our own recoil from the Kaiser Tackle. 2 level balls, bringing out a Pokemon of 90 HP or less from the deck. That's going to be either the Litleo, the Drowsy or Hypno, or Jynx. All of the Psychic Pokemon can be found using that level ball for this week. a potion to heal basic 30 damage. I could even swap that out for the escape rope. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to take the, hey, live deck building. Here we go. Take out the potion. And just for the ability to maneuver the opponent's Pokemon around, I want to put the escape rope in here. Grab ourselves this here, drop it into the deck. Alright. Back to the expanded view. So, we have taken that potion out. I got 2 Professor's Letters, getting 2 basic energy out of the deck into hand. Usually I'm going to use that to find the fire energy I'm going to make use of with one of the stadiums. 2 Puzzles of Time. Now, of course, since I have fire energy in the deck, you'll see I'm using Scorched Earth again. Good for draw support. Discard a fire energy and draw 2 cards off the deck. If I have Puzzle of Time in hand, I can play that and look at the top 3 cards, choose what 2 I want to draw using Scorched Earth, and put the third one on top, or on the bottom, essentially. So choosing any 2 cards that I want off the top 3. But if I do play 2 Puzzles of Time, which I hardly ever do, I can put 2 other cards from my discard pile into my hand. Which, technically, if I'm running 4 Puzzles of Time, I could continuously recycle 2 used ones by using 2 into hand, discard those, play those 2, bring those 2 back, but I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm pretty sure they would have some sort of failsafe in the game to prevent you from doing that. Regardless, though, that is an option, but not really. Anyway, moving on, we got 2 Super Rods, bringing back 3 cards in any combination of basic energy and Pokemon, shuffling them back into the deck. 2 Ultra Balls to discard 2 cards from hand and choose a Pokemon from your deck and put it into your hand. That can help me find the Pyroar or Pyroar BREAK if I don't have the evolution possibilities. And got a couple of Versus Seekers, bring back some supporter cards that I'll be using. The first is going to be Bridget, to search my deck for 3 basic Pokemon non-EX and put them onto my bench. Of course, if I had EX, I could use Bridget to find 1 Pokemon EX, but I don't. Lysandre, my initial draft of this deck, I forgot to put Lysandre in, and I was playing it and I felt something's missing. I forgot Lysandre. In fact, I'm using a Pyroar. I have to use Lysandre, right? That's one of his Pokemon, I believe. But Lysandre does let you choose an opponent's bench Pokemon, bring it to the active spot. For some more healing options, we have the Pokémon Center Lady. We had the Pokémon Center Lady. There we are. Healing 60 damage and special conditions from your active Pokemon. I've got a Pokemon Ranger in the deck, and I've been dealing with a number of Glaceon-EX, both in the real game and online, playing some fun, friendly matches. I do not like Crystal Ray. Now, if you don't know what Crystal Ray does with Glaceon-EX, it does a basic 70 damage, but you prevent all damage done to Glaceon-EX on the next turn by evolved Pokemon. Generally, I use evolved Pokemon, and things like that Crystal Ray just really shut me down. But Pokemon Ranger says remove all effects of attacks on each player and his or her Pokemon. So that can get around the effect of that Crystal Ray, rendering the Glaceon-EX vulnerable to evolve Pokemon once again. So on the off chance that I need to use Ranger, I'm going to probably include it in every deck that I build from now on. That is why I initially started using Lysandre in every deck. I was using a combination of Victreebel Dragalge to poison the active Pokemon and Dragalge preventing the retreat, but I was encountering a bunch of Keldeo-EX with Rush In. They could just do a switch, Floatstone, retreat back into whatever else. And I found that was kind of detrimental. So I thought, you know what? If I can Lysandre the Keldeo to the active spot, poison that, it's going to prevent that from retreating, and thereby prevent the Rush In from being able to be used. So from that point, I just saw Lysandre has so much use outside of that one strategy as well, and Pokemon Ranger could be much the same issue. It might only be focused on you getting rid of the Glaceon-EX ability or, effect of the attack, but it could be useful in a lot of other cases as well. Alright, moving on with the deck build. We got the Professor Birch's Observations and Professor Sycamore, both to get a new hand of cards. 2 Skylas. I love to run 2 Skylas in every deck that I put together. She can help you find any other trainer card you want. Anything but a supporter you can then play immediately, or you can hold on to a supporter for your next turn. One of those supporters could be Wally, evolving one of my Pokemon on the turn that I put it into play, of course excluding Pokemon EX. So like Evo Soda, but it costs your supporter, but you can evolve a Pokemon the first turn it comes into play. Now, moving on to the Stadium cards, let's check out the Scorched Earth first. It's one of my standard cards I like to run. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a fire or fighting energy from hand and draw 2 cards. That is part of the reason I have the energy retrieval in the deck usually as well. And the All-Night Party. This is where Hypno is going to come in handy. This is from the Break Point expansion. Once during each player's turn, if that player's Pokemon is asleep or active Pokemon is asleep, he or she may remove that special condition and heal 30 damage from that Pokemon. So, if I have Pyroar BREAK active using the Kaiser Tackle, doing 50 to itself, as long as it survives the next hit from the opponent, on the next turn, I can use Hypno to put both Pokemon to sleep, wake up Pyroar BREAK with the All-Night Party, heal 30, two Jynx can heal 20 more damage together, healing all 50 of the recoil of Kaiser Tackle. So if I can get everything into play, we're going to survive some good damage from the recoil. The last items are two tool cards, the Bent Spoon. Just because we're going to be healing a lot of damage from Pyroar Break, I thought let's put this on to get rid of special conditions as well. So prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to, and existing effects are not removed. So that is going to be the deck. I've got 15 Pokemon, 13 energy, and 32 trainer cards. Let us dive right into some matches on Pokemon TCG Online for our 55th week of the videos and see how well Pyroar Break does against the opponents. We find ourselves up against Liam K34 with a fighting deck, despite the fact that Xerneas is on the deck box, but I won't judge. And they're loading up the game. Alright, so let's see what we got off the top 7 cards. So how are you folks doing today? Alright, never mind. Not that I don't care, but the game is starting. Liam K34 is calling for the coin flip, but feel free to leave a comment down below. How are you feeling today? Alright, so we're going to take that first turn for ourselves. If we can get set up pretty decently, well, the nice thing is it's going to take at least 2 energy to be able to attack regardless. Oh, they have no basics. That could be very handy. Let's drop a Litleo to the active spot. We'll grab a Jynx onto the bench. I've got a level ball. I've got Professor Birch's observations. I've got some options here. Let's set our prizes up. As I think I said in the deck building part, the computer is still kind of laggy. We see Lysandre. Oh, Carbink Break. And Lucario. So we see a Break evolution at least. We could see some possible Pokemon EX also. But we could have another Break versus Break matchup like last week. So with only one mulligan, I have the option to take one card off the top. And no, I'm not going to. I think I have a pretty good setup as it is. And I don't always like to take mulligan cards. Let's go ahead and level ball. I like sort of like an even playing field sometimes. I'm maybe a little bit too generous in that respect, but let's grab another Jynx and put it onto the bench for some more healing every turn. And as I said, cards are not always showing up immediately, which is annoying, but can't really be helped. I'll put a Psychic Energy to the Litleo, and let us go ahead and shuffle away. I do have Pyroar Break in hand, but with no Pyroar, I can't really make use of that. We get 7 with that coin flip of heads. I can drop another Litleo. Now I can level ball and grab a Drowsy. So, Skyla, we have you, but what would be best to search for with you? I can find Professor's Letter. Well, we'll wait and see what the top card is. I could also, if necessary, bring Versus Seeker, or use Versus Seeker and bring Birch back. We're going to end the turn right there. It's going to take at least 3 energy to power up the Carbink. So it could be a well, it would be a knockout if they get enough damage off, or if they get enough energy attached, they can do a 60 damage hit on our 60 HP Litleo. What do we find? One of the cards I was hoping to find. We're going to play Professor's Letter. We grab a couple of Fire Energy. Let's grab a Generations one. And we're going to play Skyla for a Scorched Earth. The way this deck works, I'm going to use Scorched Earth for, like, say, the first half of the match, and then the second half, if everything works out well, I can keep the All-Night Party in play. And where is our Earth? Are we hidden? Nope, that's Puzzle of Time. Scorched Earth is buried away here somewhere. It better not be a prize card, is all I'm trying to say. There, okay, both of them are in the deck. Let's grab one. And drop it down into the stadium section of the playing field. And make use of that. There we go. Let's see what 2 cards we get off the top of the deck. Pyroar, perhaps? Escape Rope. We got an Ultra Ball, though. Let's go ahead and put this to the Litleo. I'm going to Ultra Ball away a couple of supporters because I have the Versus Seekers, Lysandre and Pokémon Center Lady. And by doing this, grabbing ourselves a Pyroar, we can use the Flame Charge, which will allow us to attach an energy from the deck also. Alright, Pyroar Evolution in the active spot. We can now go ahead and Flame Charge for 60 and grab a Fire Energy from within the deck, throw it right onto the Pyroar. There we go. So, I think next best bet, I'm going to play the All-Night Party. I'll Versus Seeker for Professor Birch. Maybe. I might go for Skyla again. We'll see what we get off the top of the cards, though. Or off the top of the deck. Flowstone is given to the Carbink. We see a Pokemon EX, Zygarde. I'm up for a little bit of a battle. Alright, strong energy. You're doing 20 more damage. They'll do 60 with Lance Pulse. But they're instead going to retreat into the Soul Rock. Here is what I want to do. First, let's go into Pyroar. I'm gonna Versus Seeker for a Lysandre. The biggest threat, of course, is going to be the Zygarde. What's your HP? 190. So we can't take you down with 2 of our Incinerates. We're going to do 1. 90 damage. If we can evolve up into Pyroar BREAK, which we could have done if I used the Professor Birch. But, hang on here. So Cellstorm is going to heal 30. Yeah, we definitely need to get Pyroar BREAK. 80 damage. That hurt. Come on, Pyroar BREAK. Yes, alright. So let's go ahead and drop Pyroar BREAK down. Heal up 10 HP with each of the Jynx. And if I had Hypno, this would be a perfect time to use it, but we're going to go ahead and go for the Kaiser Tackle. 180. Brings down the Zygarde-EX. Hits us for 50, so we only got 50 HP remaining. We'll get 2 prizes. Hopefully we'll find a Hypno. An Evo Soda, just as good. Alright, so that is the Pokemon EX taken care of. What is next? We see a Swinub come up. Alright. I could Escape Rope. Pokemon will be now asleep, so I can Escape Rope if I need to. If I have an Energy, I can Escape Rope into a Jynx. Of course, I could wake up as well. Actually, wait, no. You're welcome to put me to sleep. I have the All Night Party in hand, and that's going to be some healing for me. Stay asleep, Pyroar. Yes. Alright, excellent. So let's go ahead and drop down the All Night Party. Well, wait a minute. Do I have Fire Energy in the discard pile? I have 1. I'm going to play the Energy Retrieval. I'm going to first Evo Soda into Hypno. I'm going to make use of the Scorched Earth first, draw 2 more cards. And we are now going to play the All Night Party. Bear with me. They actually forfeit right there. So, a short match, but you saw the idea playing out. I had ways to heal, ways to wake myself up, took that EX down pretty quickly, survived the hit, healed up, all that good stuff. And that is going to be the match. You're now taking on Pompey G's with a Grass-type deck. Yes! Probably going to be weak to Grass, or probably going to be weak to Fire. Let's call for the head side of the coin. Yes! Oh, got Tails. Alright then, so Pompey gets to pick who takes the first turn. Themselves. Alright, so we get to attack on our first turn. Not that that's the best spot to be in, because look at all the basic Pokemon we have! Whatever. Shuffle away. But our main attacking Pokemon, actually all of our Pokemon need at least 2 energy to attack, so we can't even attack on our first turn regardless. However, we could at least get ourselves set up, possibly leave a Pokemon active just to take some hits as I prepare things on the bench. That being said, if I have a Jynx in my opening hand and other options, I'll probably lead with the Jynx because it has the easiest retreat cost in the deck. Let's see what we get. All we have is a Jynx. Alright, but I have a Fire Energy in hand and Skyla, so I can use her to find the Scorched Earth and get some more draw support right on my first turn. They can take a card for the mulligan, and why wouldn't they? How you doing, folks? We got some time to kill. How's your day? Mine's pretty good. I woke up early, recorded Pokemon Sapphire, recording the TCG right now, and I might be going out to do some Pokemon Go. There we are, they took their card. I have another basic to put onto the bench. We see Chespin and Oddish. So this could be the annoying Oddish that evolves up into Vileplume that prevents anyone from playing item cards. Energy Pouch. Alright, so what does this even do? Tree Climb helps you speed up getting some energy out. So we are going to Skyla. Let us grab ourselves the Scorched Earth. Whereabouts might you be hidden at? Buried deep within the recesses of the earth. Don't tell me they're both prizes. Alright, there we go. Give me that card. Whenever I'm using the screen recorder, for some reason the cards try to click down but then move back. So on occasion, I actually choose done before selecting a card, which is annoying. Okay, let us Ultra Ball away. Psychic Energy, and we'll get the Hypno out of here. We don't really need that at the moment. We don't have a Drowsy yet, but we're going to grab a Litleo. We will bench it. I wanted to thin out the deck a little bit first, so that way when I play the Scorched Earth, or make use of the Scorched Earth, I won't be drawing that Litleo, I'm getting something more useful. For example, Pyroar BREAK, not really useful. I'm going to give this to the Litleo. I do have Versus Seeker to bring Skyla back next turn. I can use her to grab a Professor's Letter, draw 2 more Fire Energy out of the deck, 1 to power up, 1 for draw support. So they're powering up that Chespin for a Seed Bomb, which does 30, I believe. Of course, it could evolve. Evolution. Now they can tackle me for a whopping 20. Alright, so it's at 90 HP. Drowsy. Okay, let's grab our Versus Seeker and grab Skyla. Yeah, our best bet is... You know what? I almost want to go ahead and grab Sycamore. That might be the better play. I have to wait till next turn to use Sycamore, though. Did I even see Sycamore in here? Where are you hiding at, sir? There you are. Alright, so of course, like I say, next turn I have to wait. I will attach the Bent Spoon to Litleo next turn so that I don't possibly lose it to... Well, they wouldn't have Zero Sick, but they might have other ways to get rid of tools. Wait a minute. I don't think there are ways in Standard right now to get rid of tool cards, aside from certain attacks. It's an EX. Weak to fire, though, so that's definitely something in our favor. And a Pin Missile. Ooh, was that 40 damage per hit? Per heads? We barely handled that. Alright, let us get a Bent Spoon on Litleo. We're going to attach this. I don't want a Scorched Earth yet, because I'm going to be discarding the hand anyway. What do we find? Escape Rope and a Pyroar, please. Escape Rope. Let us Level Ball for another Jynx. Where are you hiding at? There you are. Jynx is going to go to the bench. We're about to lose one of them. I did put 3 in the deck, though, because the way the strategy works, as long as I can get... Well, I could Escape Rope, but I'm not going to just yet. Well, hang on a minute. I didn't use the Scorched Earth yet. Let us use that now. I might find a way to get Pyroar. Pyroar. Alright. However, I can't retreat now because I don't have the energy to do so. But I can Escape Rope. Now, the problem is, if this thing comes up and gets 3 heads, we will lose our Pyroar. But let's play risky. Let's do it. Escape Rope, something else can come up. Probably the Oddish, I'd say. It's their most expendable at this point. Although the Leafeon could survive more hits, though. Alright, Leafeon. And up comes Pyroar. So let's go ahead and use a Flame Charge. 120 damage. And attach a Fire Energy from within the deck onto the Pyroar. We're ready to Incinerate you on the next turn. And before we do the damage, we get rid of your tool first. So, you shouldn't have sent this up. You probably should have let your Oddish come up. Oh well. We're going to drop their Leafeon EX. Let's put a tool onto Litleo. Just to thin the deck, we're going to play the Bridget. Let's grab another Jynx for more healing purposes. Onto the bench she goes. And let's just go right ahead and Incinerate. Bye-bye tool card. And 180 damage. Ow. 2 prizes. Can we find a Pyroar BREAK or an evolution option? Not just yet. I did discard one with the Sycamore, did I not? I did. But if I can get Super Rod, That could be useful. Also, there's one more left in the deck unless it's a prize card. Here we go, here we go. Are you kidding me? Oh well. So then. Let's send up the Jynx. I'm going to do the healing. We'll heal 10 from each of the Jynx. Or 10 with each of the Jynx. I could put them to sleep and then use the all-night party, but I'm not going to do that because they'd be able to wake up. So I was going to instead use the Goodnight babies. I think first act is going to be... I'm going to Professor Birch first of all. And flip heads, excellent. 7 cards taken. I do have the Scorched Earth to make use of now with that fire energy. I have energy retrieval also, but first of all, let us Evo Soda into... There's no Pyroar left. I should have Super Rodded! Oh well. I can do that right now. Super Rod. Get back a Pyroar, Pyroar Break, and I'll grab a Fire Energy. Since we saw there's plenty of energy in the discard pile, I'm now going to Energy Retrieval. Grab ourselves 2 of those Fire Energies. Should have grabbed the Generations one. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, of course. Put 1 onto the Litleo. And now we will Scorched Earth and get ourselves the Pyroar we were looking for. Nope. Let's end the turn. And we see we wake up. They stay asleep. Excellent. The coin flips are working for me. For now, anyway. Of course, they could just evolve. Which is a possibility. But if we can get another Pyroar ready to roll. In fact, if we could just... Oh, they woke up. If we could just get... roll Escape Rope and Pyroar. Which could happen. Let's play Skyla first of all and grab that Escape Rope. I don't think I discarded that. In fact, I should have used a switch card this week because if I send out... If I do the Escape Rope... Actually, is it still here? No, I don't see it. What we can do, though, is to thin the deck a little bit. Well, hang on. I'm going to grab the Puzzle of Time. And let us attach an energy to the Litleo. Let's play Puzzle of Time and see what we have for options off the top. Pyroar Break. Where's the Pyroar? Well, the energy is the more useful thing at the moment, I suppose. Let's grab a Drowsy and we'll leave the Pyroar Break because we have 1 in hand. Let's just speed things up. Use the Scorched Earth, discard Fire Energy, draw 2 cards. And make use of the Victory Kiss. Just to try to keep this Jynx up here to take a hit. If I can just get a Pyroar in play, I can attach 1 energy to Jynx. I can retreat, unless she stays asleep. But what are the chances of that, right? So both Pokemon fall asleep once again. I don't have another Pyroar in the discard, do I? No, Litleo and Hypno. So one of our 4 remaining prizes is the other Pyroar. You stay asleep, they wake up. How is that fair? I mean, of course, last turn, the opposite happened, so I'm just kidding. It's totally fair. 50-50 chance on both sides, of course. This could be the turn when things turn around for us. You're welcome to knock out the Jynx. 2 heads, all you need. Alright. We will send another Jynx to the active spot. If I get Pyroar, I can attach 1 to Jynx, retreat, send up the new evolved Pyroar, and knock out this Quilladin. Oh well. Okay, first of all, Scorched Earth. Let's put these Pokemon to sleep. I love this game. I'm actually having fun. I'm just pretending to be upset. Pretending. But, alright. Nothing really to make use of. I'm not going to attach an energy just yet because... Stop it! Because all I have... Or I have all that I need for Pyroar, if I can get Pyroar, to knock out this Quilladin. We'll do 60 with Flame Charge, double that for the weakness, of course. But we see both Pokemon stay asleep this time. Alright, alright. Now they're starting to power that Oddish up. We stay asleep, they wake up. Why am I still sleeping? Well, I could heal up, or wait, I could wake up. First of all, Scorched Earth, show me the Pyro. There's 14 cards in the deck. Thank you. Alright. Evolve into Pyroar. Finally. We will attach energy to the Jynx. We're done using Scorched Earth. The all-night party. Wake up, Jynx. Retreat, Jynx. Come on up, Pyroar. Can't evolve yet into Pyroar Break, but we can knock out this Quilladin at least. And we get an energy attached to the Pyroar, so we can make use of the Kaiser Tackle on the next turn. And I was going to say, watch it be the other Pyroar. If they can't get anything else in play, this is game. Oh, never mind. There goes some Pokemon. Are we going to see another Leafeon EX? No, 3 basics. Alright, so we see the real threat is, of course, that Spinarak. That might be my first target. Now, of course, if they do have... Never mind. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get to see Pyroar Break do anything in that fight, but you see the idea was there at least. You know what I'm going for. That's going to be the game. So that is going to wrap up Week 55 of our Pokemon TCG Live Online matches featuring the power of the Kaiser Tackle of Pyroar Break. Unfortunately, didn't really get to show off the strategy as much as I would have liked to because today was another day of people forfeiting like crazy, and that does unfortunately lend itself to not the best video footage to show off in the battles, but you get the idea of the deck building and the idea I was going for, doing the 50 recoil to yourself, doing 180 to the opponent, and having options to heal up that 50 damage on the next turn. Only downside, if the opponent can then hit you for 110 before you get to do your healing, that's going to be enough to bring down your Pyroar Break. But that is going to wrap up this week's battles, this week's deck video. Next week is the last of our break evolutions from Steam Siege. We haven't looked at this one yet. Hydreigon Break. Powerful 190 HP. Calamity Blast for a Psychic, 2 Darkness, and a Colorless. Does a neat 150. I was going to say neat and nice. Does a nice 150. Discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So at the cost of losing 3 energy, you're doing 250 damage across the board, spread across 3 Pokemon. Definitely some good power there, and I'm hoping to make some good strategies for next week. So feel free to leave a comment down below, everybody, for this week's battle. Let me know what you thought of the battle and any suggestions you have to improve the deck for anyone that might want to try to sort of recreate this for themselves. As I say, in the expanded format, this would work a little bit better. You just got to throw a Protection Cube on Pyroar Break, and you're going to ignore that 50 damage recoil regardless. But the option of healing on the bench using the Hypno with the All-Night Party and the Victory Kiss of the Jynx on the bench helps to heal off that damage anyway. That being said, I want to say thank you for checking out this week's Pokemon TCG Live Online match video. Come on back next week, probably Thursday again, maybe Friday. It seems like I'm having a harder time hitting these Wednesday uploads, or, this is not a Wednesday upload, but harder time hitting the Wednesday uploads with getting other stuff done throughout the week, especially when new Pokemon news is released on a Monday or Tuesday or whatever. Anyway, all my excuses aside, hopefully sometime between Wednesday and Friday next week, we will have the next Pokemon TCG Live Online match featuring Hydreigon Break. Once again, I want to say thanks for checking out today's video, everybody, and Professor Chaz is signing off. I'll catch you next time.